Hey all, my name is Eric. You can call me Blade Walker, and welcome back to 7 Days to Die, Alpha 20.6. So this is the area that I was looking at potentially building our new Horde base. We're just going to have to see how well this works out. I think this could be really cool, but definitely got some work to do before we can even... or we can probably use this place. But here's the general idea. The general idea is that we're going to dig a hole into the side of this mountain. What is that? Is that a bird? That is not a... Oh, it's a ragdolling Mo. You want to ragdoll some more? There you go. Now you can really... You know what? This might actually work just fine. Anyway, the idea is we're going to dig a hole in here and then build a base inside the mountain. Now, my understanding from Fatal, one of the developers, and in fact he's the developer that in Alpha 17 redid the zombie AI and Horde Knights. Supposedly... Okay, we're going to mark that. No, we're not. We're going to go get it. Supposedly, when it comes to the Horde spawning, they will choose an open side if there is one available. If there's more than one open side available to where you're at, it'll randomly choose one of said open sides. Now, I'm going to clear some of this area out around the entrance and hope, keyword hope, that the game decides that this area is open, and instead of trying to spawn them on top of the mountain, which I know from experience that's what the frickin' game's going to do, but we're going to pretend that that's not a thing. And if they do spawn on top, I have ideas. We can always just dig a hole on top or something, or even on the side of the mountain and have them flop in. So there's options. But basically, I want to build a... Yeah. I want to build a way to get them... Oh yeah, I went to all the traders and found a whole bunch of good stuff. Let's see. Fully automatic mode with assault rifles. Have an increased chance to ragdoll with each hit. First aid schematic. Harvest brass knobs from doors, and I think that was it. I did find 2 more advanced bellows, which is nice. Pick that up. And I didn't want to drop them off at the house because I wanted to get busy building. You would. You built up on top, you son of a rabble. What you got? What you got? Alright, not bad. Some mods, I think, was what that was. Ranged mods bundle. Alright. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start working on building, or, well, digging out the hole for this base. Now, I don't really have a solid idea of what I want to do, but I do have a general concept. Basically, it's hard to make standing bases now to give them pathways to get to you and then put traps in them. And the general reason why is because, well, they'll just shortcut through it if they feel that it's faster to get to you some other way. However, by digging in the mountain, the walls are going to be completely surrounded by stone, and so theoretically, they will not see that as a faster way to get to you. And therefore, theoretically, they won't try to cut through different passageways. So what we're going to do is, we're going to give them multiple passageways to get to us. Oop. Oh well. And then we're going to see what they do. Now, each passage is going to basically be filled with traps and all sorts of wonderful things to mess them up. And we're going to get... trying to think if there's a way I could set it up where I can see which direction they come without giving them an easier path to get to me and therefore nullifying all the work. I don't know. Maybe. Probably not. Maybe if I did something above? Maybe I could make a passage above the entire base inside. It's a lot of digging out, but what isn't? And then I could put like the bars, and then I could walk above and see which way they go to try to get to me. The important thing is to make sure you leave them a clear path to get to you. Preferably unobstructed for the most part. Because if you don't, they'll just ignore it and go whatever they feel is the fastest route. Although, to be honest, we already know that because people complained, and somewhat rightfully so, about zombies being too predictable, Fatal changed it so that a significant portion will just randomly do random things. Kinda nullifies the entire purpose, honestly, if you ask me. But supposedly that's one of the things that he did. That also explains why sometimes zombies just randomly say, screw you, I'm doing whatever I want. They pull an Eric Cartman. So, that's what we're gonna do, and the hell if it works or doesn't, that's half the fun. Well, hello there, Bo. Sit down while I loot this. Stay down. Alright, it doesn't really matter. This looks all pretty good. But I do want to build it kind of here-ish, I'm thinking. Grab our gyro. I really don't feel like running all over and picking it up. No, don't fill it with gas. Pick it up, you goon. So, we've got a lot of work to do, and obviously I don't know how much of this I'm going to show on camera. I will probably just do bits and pieces where I show you guys progress, because it's pretty much going to be me digging and digging and digging some more. And we're going to, of course, do some looting and shooting and all that stuff in between, because obviously we still need a ton of the books. Because I want to get, well, I definitely want to get the Art of Mining books. I want to get the Shotgun books. The Magnum Enforcer, I think I just got one. Didn't I just get one? I thought I did. Do 10% more damage with 44 guns. I forgot to read it. So, yeah, I want to get more of these books. The Sniper book. Urban Combat, I think. Yeah, I definitely want that one for the no damage snipers. I don't really care about that one. I've already got Tech Janky. Yeah, bulk craft robotic ammo. But I want to get the book completions so that we can get bulk craft ammo, which saves us 20% of the resources for every 100 rounds we craft. Alright, this looks about as good as any spot. So, nice thing is that, once again, we're going to get even more resources, which is nice. I'm thinking a 3-wide entrance is probably best. A 3x3. So, go ahead and put Mr. Gyro down. And then break out this, and then 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, yeah. I didn't... Oh, I should have brought my digger. Oh, that's fine. Well... Did not expect that. Well, hell yeah. Give me all your loot. You kidding? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did make a crap ton of... I don't really care about that. Repair kits. I can... Really? Sit down. Oop. Hey, you're done. Sit down. Hate you. Hate you. Really, really hate you. You ain't dead, are you? Oh, no, you are dead. At least I don't have to chop up their bodies, thank God. I like mods, but man, some of these mods are getting a little ridiculous with the body chopping. Ugh, I hear sirens, and for a second I thought it sounded like a not a screamer, a stupid spider monkey. Alright, so we're going to do a 3x3, I think. That's probably good for the entrance. Now, the only question is, how far in do I go? I don't want to go too far in, because obviously... Fatal has said that they have roughly a 40 block... I don't think it was a radius, but a 40 block distance where they won't... Well, it's not detect you, but they spawn about 40 blocks away on Horde Night. And that's about the limit of their tracking. Now, not to call him a liar, because obviously he's the one that coded it, but they seem to come at you from much further away than that. Like, I don't mean come at you, I mean they detect you and they will try to find you from further away. Then again, 40 blocks is probably a lot further than we think. So, I don't know. But I don't want to go too deep in, because obviously I want them to spawn outside in front and come in. Now, I could do a couple of things. I could make this a maze where I'm in the middle of the maze, and then the maze goes, like, it'll come in, and then the maze will go all around in a huge circle around a central spot where I'll stand. Again, this is going to be an absolute insane amount of digging. But basically, in order to keep me somewhat close to the entrance, instead of making me at the far end of the base deep in the mountain, I could make myself halfway as far by making the base go all the way around me in 360 degrees. So, I don't know if that's going to work, but I only know one way to find out. And no, I'm not going on to a freaking creative world and testing it. That's no fun. It's only fun when you have a horde come down on you and then you have, oh shit, I gotta run away. Partially it's because I'm lazy and I don't want to build something creative and then have to do it again, but the other reason is because, to me, half the fun is seeing what happens. I love trying to troubleshoot things. It's like, man, that should have worked 100%. Yeah, it didn't. It totally didn't. So we're definitely going to utilize every single trap that I can think of. We're definitely going to be using blade traps, dart traps, electric fences. I might even use some turrets. After the Horde night, I had 4 points. So I put 2 points into intellect, which brought us to 9. When I level up again very soon, it looks like, I'll put the last point in, and then I can get advanced engineering 5, which further reduces the forge recipes, including steel, but also gives me 50% XP from electric kills instead of just 35, which is what I currently get. Not that we really need XP per se, but I mean, if you're going to get the kills anyway. So I think that would be ideal. So we've definitely got a lot of work cut out for us. Question is, how deep is enough? And like I said, most of this base building, well, not building, but the digging out at least, is almost certainly going to be done off camera. I'll probably bring you guys back when I do some of the actual building. But that's a little risky for me because, not risky, but quite often when you're building these things, you realize when you start actually placing down the blocks, oh, this isn't big enough, and then all of a sudden you got to spend 20 minutes digging it out even further. And I don't really want to have to pause the video mid-recording in order to make it bigger, etc. So it's a little, I should say, tricky, I guess you'd say. Because I don't edit my videos. I know some of you guys think I do. I do not. All I have is a keyboard shortcut, and it's the only time I have my keyboard in my lap, and I just pause it whenever something boring happens or whatever, so. Alright, let's go ahead. And you know what? I probably should put some of this stuff. See, I should have gone home after going to the raider, but I really didn't want to. I mean, I do have Charlotte. Got me some more stuff so I could make some stuff. Boy, she can really hold up. You serious? Ah, suck it. Alright. Yeah, I want it to be 3 by 3. Yep, 3 by 3. Yep, I want to dig this out a little bit. Because I want it to be open as much as possible. And obviously, I'm going to make the tunnel concrete lined, and I'll probably put concrete on the ground out here quite a bit. So the next question is, how far in do we make this? We'll go ahead and say, we'll say this is the entrance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, excuse me, 21. So I don't want to go a full 40 in because then they would have to spawn right here, which means they would 100% spawn up on top of here, and I don't want that. For the most part, I'm pretty sure if they did spawn on, like, right here above the entrance, they would probably run down and try to run in. But again, we've seen that the ones that are dumb and don't follow the actual AI, they'll just beat on the ground and try to dig in. And if that's the case, we'll end up getting a trickle of zombies, because most of them will ultimately... Because as you kill them and new ones spawn, the chance of another dumb one spawning goes up, which means we could end up having half the damn horde out here trying to dig straight down to get in the base. We do not want that. I'm thinking 30 blocks. So if this is it, we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boy, it's really raining outside. Let's see. That's not a whole lot. But that's assuming the 40 block. I'm gonna guess that's a radius 40 blocks out from wherever you're at. 40 blocks is... It's pretty far, isn't it? I mean... It's like just at the end of the standard render distance, I guess? Alright, so if we're 21 blocks in, let's go another 9... and see what happens. Not what happens, but see how that looks. Because I just realized that's not 40 blocks, that's like 30-ish. 31, whatever. Oh. No, I can't fix that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So one more. Now, of course, that's assuming I stand right here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty far. And that's only 30 blocks from here, roughly, from here to the entrance. I think that's more than enough. What is that noise? Is that really... Oh, I know what it is. It's hitting the thing outside. Okay. Let's see. Sorry, the noise I'm hearing outside, it's like almost a crunching sound. My brother has one of those blow-up things for Christmas outside. He hasn't taken it down yet. And the rain's hitting it. It's like a cloth plastic, and it's making a weird sound. And I was like, what is that? That's not rain. It is rain. All right, so there's that. I think that's probably fine. Again, it's one of those things where we're just going to have to see what happens on Horde Night. But I think that'll work pretty well. So what I think we're going to do... Let's, we're going to mark this as 30-ish blocks from the entrance. 30-ish. Doesn't have to be exact, of course. I think what we're going to do, we're going to have a site, not a site. We're going to have a clear, partially unobstructed view from there to here. And then we're going to make, I think, 2 paths, one off to each side. Boy, this is going to be a lot of digging. And then we're going to have traps on both sides, but we're going to leave the path unobstructed for them. I just want to make it so that I can see them from there coming in. So we'll probably put several rows of, like, I don't know, probably something... I mean, obviously the most obvious thing would be to use the bars. Just put a whole bunch of bars, like several rows between here and wherever the 2 corridors go off. That way they won't see this is the easiest way to get to me, but yet I can see them coming in. But maybe, I mean, there's other stuff I could use. As long as it has the 5,000 hit points of concrete, we're good. But I do want a semi-unobstructed view. I don't want something that's... But they can't get in either. Maybe I could use... No, because if I use that, they'll try to crawl through it. At any rate, that's what we're going to do for that. And I think... How far in should I start? Pathways. That's a good question. I probably want it to come pretty far... I want them to come pretty far in. Because, see, the problem is... the logistics of this is going to be a nightmare. The idea is to make paths that go on both sides all the way around, and I guess come up to me from behind. The problem is, once they go down a path, I won't be able to see them because of the stone. So then, do I dig everything out and then just put a really thick layer of see-through blocks all the way around to force them not to try to come straight at me? I mean, on the one hand, then I could shoot them if they start acting up and not following the path. Ooh, this is gonna be tricky. Oh, this is really gonna be tricky. Another idea is I could make them go down. I could make this start to go down and then keep myself up here and then just leave all of this or dig this out completely, put a bunch of bars here, and that way I won't have to dig up and all around. I can just dig. No, I'll still have to. It's a lot of digging. There's just no way around it. Well, it's not like it's ever bothered me before to dig. And with one-hit stone, which I'll put the damage up to 300%. That destroys stone. Ooh, I don't know if that'll... Yeah, I think that'll one-shot stone. 300% damage? Yeah, it should. Yeah. That destroys stone, one hit. That's still God, that's a lot of digging. And then, of course, we have to think of ways to run the electricity in order to do the blade traps and the dart traps and the electric fence. The electric fence won't be an issue because those will be way off to the side and protected, and I can just make corridors either above, underneath, or to the side. It doesn't really matter. They're easy to wire. The blade traps, I'm probably going to put in the floor. And... Oh, you're not showing up. Okay, thank goodness. I thought something was wrong. If you put the blade trap on the wall, and you put a blade trap here, unfortunately, because of the new AI, they'll just run right between it. They don't run... Well, they might run against the wall, like, initially, but then they'll run through. So you can't do that. But I'm pretty sure if you completely fill, like, the entire thing, or if you do, like, a too-wide hallway and you do this... Oh, the stupid block thing. Then I don't know if they'll even run into it. So your options are basically either put it at head level... Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Please don't do that now. If you put the blade right here, they will run through it. However, that's no fun. So another way you could do it is you can recess it in the... Well, you could probably lay it on the ground, but I think better is to recess. Meaning you put it down one block so it's even with the floor. The only problem with that is when I did the drop base, Moon Knight's drop base... I don't remember if that was Alpha 19 or 20. It might have been early Alpha 20. In fact, I think it was. When I did that, when they fell into it from way above, they weren't taking damage from it. Of course, they were falling on it, so not exactly the same situation. Maybe that's... Oh, this is going to drive me to drink. I really hate that. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll put it in the ground. Maybe I should test that, like, in the world. Maybe as like a defense here, I could put a blade trap, just leave it here on the ground, start digging, and then when a screamer shows up, quickly run to see if she'll run through it, or if she'll stop or like just try to swing at it. It's probably a good idea. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I'll have to go make a blade trap, but they're relatively inexpensive. I think the oil is the biggest thing, and we've got easy access to an oil mine, which is way up here. I dug out a hole, I just don't remember where. There it is right there, I think. At any rate, that shouldn't be an issue. But I think that's going to do it for today's episode, guys. We're running a little longer than I intended, but I do tend to drone on and on. So that's going to be the start of our new Horde base. Next episode, I think we're going to go and do some looting and shooting, because, again, I do want to get more want to complete these books so I can start making ammo more cheaply. Plus, as I said, I got a lot of digging to do. But I'll think of what I want to do. Maybe I'll test that blade trap out, see how that works. Because I know it works when you recess it. I just don't know if I want to do that. The worry with putting it where it's above ground or, on just plain on the ground is, will the zombies either run through it or will they stop and try to beat on it? Because it's considered an obstruction. That's what I need to find out. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to leave a like or subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and of course, as always, I will see you all in the next stream or video. Have a great day, everyone.